how to make $45 an hour flipping on eBay. Now, first and foremost, before I get into it, I'll let you guys know this is a live presentation, meaning that I don't have anything prepared. I don't know what I'm going to say, but I do have a video I'm going to show you at the end of this presentation that's going to show you exactly how to do it. Not theory. This isn't behind a paywall or some kind of program you have to buy, secret something. You know how guys do it. I'm just going to show you straight up how to do it, and either you can do it or you cannot do it. I don't care. Either way, I'm going to continue making money. Now, the reason that I wanted to put this video out is, number one, shout out to my supporters. I don't really like to use the word subscribers or fans because I'm really nobody special, but you know, I've been putting out videos since about 2011 consistently. I took a lot of the videos down because they just weren't getting that amount of views, and I was getting a lot of views at one time, but I did a very controversial video about something that happened to me at a storage auction, and a lot of people took offense, and after that my views died. But a few people stayed with me, and actually a few people who are actually pretty big in the resale community on YouTube, you know, they were my subscribers first. I don't take credit for anybody's success. Everybody's success is on them, but I'm saying that I remember them when they came to YouTube, when they had 30 subs and 2 videos. I remember all of you. It's funny when I go through my subscriptions now, I see people, some of those people who were newbies is like 3K, 4K. One of them thing has 8K subscribers. I'm like, wow, these people come a long way. But then again, I stopped dropping videos basically this year. I had a I don't know, I just kind of ran out of things to talk about. I got tired of just showing stuff on YouTube, showing pickups. It just got, to me, it just got to be the same video over, and there was so many people coming in, so I kind of decided to sit out, see what was going on with the game. And basically I realized I have a lot of knowledge, and I can share my knowledge. I don't necessarily have to show you what I pick up. I can teach you better than I can just show you, hey guys, I bought this. Well, you can't go out and get that same item 99% of the time. Maybe you might find it in 6 months, but then, I mean, it could be worth nothing. So I want to show you guys how to develop the mentality and how to develop some of the tactics and tools that you have to develop in order to be a good, whatever you want to call it, reseller, flipper, hustler, whatever you want to call it, thrifter. So this is a story that happened to me, how I made $45 an hour flipping on eBay. So it's Saturday, right? Saturday, and I was running errands. I don't even really remember what I was doing, but one thing I did remember was saying, man, I should go to the thrift because I'm already down here on this side of town. I was like, and there's a thrift out here. And one thing is, you have to remember, you have to know your thrift store hours. It's very important to know the hours, especially on weekends. A lot of people think the thrift stays open on regular hours on weekends, but where I'm at, they don't. They all close at different times, especially on weekends. Like one opens on Sundays, one doesn't, but this particular one opens till 6 p.m. on Saturdays. So it was like 4:30, almost 5. I was like, let me just run over here. I'm already over here. They're open for another hour. Who knows what you might find, right? And I run over there, and you know, I'm in there for like maybe 10-20 minutes, and I see something very cool where I'm like, I don't know if I should buy it. And it was actually a Mortal Kombat book set. Now, I don't have a photo of it, but you know what, I can get a picture of it. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is what it looks like right here. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Found one of these, a Mortal Kombat bookend set, right? So I'm like, I don't know if I should copy it. It looks kind of childish, but I'm like, it looks so cool though. I've never seen this before. And then, you know, of course, I got my eBay app on my phone, tip 2, and I just kind of walk around. I have this strategy I do where I don't look at eBay in front of the item that I'm looking up. I just don't want to tip other people off. I'll walk away from the item, look it up, then come back and act like, you know, nonchalantly picking it up. That's just a little personal thing I do. You can do it differently. Some people will buy the item anyways and say, screw it, I'll just throw it away if it's not worth anything. But I do it a little bit differently. So I see this, and I'm like, I look it up on eBay. I'm like, yo, it's worth like 50 something, 40 something bucks. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. $4.99, right? So I buy it. And the lady's like, man, I can't believe this is already sold. She's like, I just put that out 10 minutes ago. So kind of find out, they were, sometimes when you go to the thrift, this happens a lot. When you go to the thrift right before they close, they're actually putting things out to get a jump on the next day. So when you go right before the close, it's almost like you're the first person in the next day. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm glad I showed up, picked it up. No one else saw it. I was the first and only person who saw, the Mortal Kombat bookcase, or what do you call them, bookends. And I knew what they were worth because I had my eBay app on my phone. So I come home, I'm watching the football game. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna hurry up and list this. I have nothing better to do. So what I actually do is, I actually do not take photos. So that's one thing. I need to write that down. Let me write that down for you guys. I actually do not take photos. What I do is I use photos that are already available. And that means completed auctions or Google. Right? So that's another tip. Use photos that are already available. So I go to the completed auctions. Of course, I find the same item because it's sold already. I knew it had sold already. I saw it on my phone when I got to my computer or my laptop. Went to the completed auctions, copy and pasted some photos, change the sizing. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in a minute. And another thing, I didn't type anything. You know what I did? Wait. Copy and pasted descriptions from the completed auctions. So that saved me some time as well. Copy and paste other people's descriptions. Other people have already sold the item. Why are you reinventing the wheel, right? Why are you going around thinking and describing this item as hard as possible when you can just copy and paste and just change a couple words, right? Because you're going to end up describing the same thing anyways. It's the same item. Makes sense. And one final thing I did was I put a buy it now on there. I put a buy it now on the auction. Why? It's simply because I don't like my auctions. I don't like my auctions ending on certain days. And I was like, if I start the auction today, 3-day auction, it's gonna end on Tuesday. Don't really like my auctions ending in the middle of the week because you don't get a lot of money for them in the middle of the week. That's another tip. You usually want your auctions ending on weekends. You want your auctions ending between Friday and Saturday night. If you can't get your auction to end then, you can put it buy it now, or if you're just trying to sell it quickly, put it buy it now. So I'm watching the football game, right? I list the item. It takes me maybe 10 minutes to list the item. Between buying and listing the item, a half hour, right? Watching the game, and then I get an email on eBay. Maybe 20 minutes later, it's a guy in the UK. He's sending me a message. He's like freaking out. He's like, man, can you please take the setting off your, because my PayPal is set up where you cannot send me PayPal if you don't live in the United States, because that cuts down on the scamming as well. So he sends me a message. He's like, can you please accept the payment? I'm trying to buy this. And a good thing is I use the global shipping center. So this guy, he couldn't get my item any other way. That's the only international shipping I do, to the global shipping center, because you just send the item to Kentucky, then in Kentucky eBay rewraps it, repackages it. They set your feedback. They do all that. eBay knows that the item arrived. I actually really like the global shipping center, but so he's like, let me get the item, take the setting off. So I take the setting off and I email him right back after I do it. This is like another 5 minutes, right? I email him right back. I'm like, hey, if you want the item, it's available. I took the setting off, and this guy pays immediately, like less than 60 seconds later. Like he was on it, because I had my item. The way I priced it, it was the lowest price you can get, and you can buy it now. It was the lowest price you can buy it now for. So it was the lowest buy it now. That's if you want to sell fast. Make your item the lowest, buy it now. So he bought it, and this is not the first time this has happened to me. This has happened a few times. I put an item up, I make it the lowest buy it now, and before I can even refresh the page, I mean 10-20 minutes later the item sells. I mean, I put an item up once. I put an item up 4 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. I was up. Put the item up 4 in the morning. By the time I woke up at like 9 in the morning, I had money in my PayPal. I'm like, where does money come from? Where all this money come from? And I realized the item sold that quick in the middle of the night. So that's another thing. When you have the lowest buy it now, your items will sell. So that's all I really have to say about it. That's basically how to do it. How to make $45 an hour picking. Is that you pick good items, you know what they're worth when you're in the store, you have your eBay app on your phone, you go at times when there's little to no competition. That means if you have to go early, go early. If you have to go late, go later in the day. For me, going later in the day is what's working. It's always worked well. Another thing is use a global shipping center so people all over the world can buy your item, and use the lowest buy it now. And also use my strategy for listing in order to put your listings up quickly. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to show you exactly how I list items very quickly without taking photos, without writing descriptions. So I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to show you how that's done. Alright, as you can see, I'm currently on eBay right now. Move that out the way. And I have an item I want to sell. So Falcons, Atlanta Falcons, so let's put Atlanta Falcons coaches Nike Polo, right? And basically what I'm trying to show you guys is that you do not have to take photos and waste time, right? So as I see, this is not the item I have. The one I have is actually the reverse colors. It's black with red accents, but this is a decent description. So what I'm gonna do, well, it says pick any size and color. Wait a minute. So with that said, let's go to the sizes. Let's go to the colors. Do they have the? Oh, they don't have the black one. I was about to say. So anyways, going to open up Notepad here. I didn't mean to do all that. Trying to make it so you can see it. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to open up Notepad. I'm going to copy and paste their description because I like the description, right? It's just 3. Let me make sure everything's the same. Okay. Make sure it's the correct item when you do this as well. So when you're using somebody else's description and photos, you definitely want to make sure it's the right description. So copy, paste the description, right? Delete this because I'm not letting nobody pick size and color. I only have one size and one color. So I couldn't find it, so I went to Google, right? I went to Google to look for the picture as well, and I found it. It's actually this one right here. So what you're gonna do, very simple. You're just gonna get the image, copy the image, then you're gonna open up Photoshop. I believe on eBay now your photos have to be at least 600 pixels wide or something like that. And the picture that I pulled up right now is only 500 pixels wide. So I'm going to show you guys how to fix that real quickly. Go to new. If you don't have Photoshop, you can do this in GIMP or Paint. And you just change the dimensions, 600 by 600. Make a new document. There it is right there. Control V. And then I'm going to make it a little bit, I'm going to make my picture a little bit bigger. It's this simple, people. Do not waste a lot of time. You should be able to do this in under 10 minutes once you get the hang of it. Then you're just going to say that. And you're just going to save that somewhere you can find it. Don't need a lot of pictures, especially if you got good feedback. People trust you. People tend not to really go against what you say. They tend to take your word for it. But one more thing I like to do is I like to get a couple of descriptions and kind of mash them together so I can have a description with a lot of keywords in it. So I'm going to completed listings. I like to get the completed listings just because these are descriptions and listings that people probably forgot about. They're never going to get these items again. They're never going to go back and look. So actually, this thing went for $29.99. I picked my jersey up, or my coach's shirt, or polo shirt, whatever you want to call it. I picked mine up for what, $3.29. So gonna make 300% of my money. Gonna make 27 bucks. Plus, I picked something else up today, so I'm gonna make about 100 bucks today. But yeah, I was actually just surprised to see this price. We're gonna talk about pricing here in a minute. And here we. I don't like all caps descriptions. That's just personal. I just feel like all caps kind of shows your intelligence level. But I do like all caps titles. I just don't like all caps descriptions. I'm actually going to take their title once this loads. Because I do like the title they had. Seems pretty descriptive. So I am just going to take that part. Untitled. Just copy and paste it. Mine is black, so we're going to change that. I believe it could be extra large. I'll check that in the morning. You can always change these things later. Pretty sure it's large. That's something else. You got to make sure you know the right size of the items. Yeah, it's large because I thought about keeping it for myself and I wear large. So large. Then I'm going to look for another description. I just want the description to be a little bit more beefy. Because the more keywords and stuff you have in your description, the more people that can find it. As you see, I've already looked earlier. But I just wanted to take time to record this. I'm actually going to take a little bit more of this description. I like that title right there. That looks kind of crazy, but I mean those keywords together are going to do good. Then it come down. This is an Excel. And they don't really have a that description is not good enough. Check out this. This is the last one I'll look at. Even though this doesn't look like the jersey I have, but the description should be similar. This is Reebok, so that's not even the same. Reebok makes their clothing out of a completely different material. I'm looking for Nike. So I guess we went through all the Nikes. Let me check this one out real quick. Just trying to find just a little bit more beef to add to the description, man. Just really, I'm going back to the listings that are live. Alright, now here's one that has a little bit, more to it. I like this description, so I'm gonna take a little of this from this person. I know people may be whining, oh, you can't do that. Shut up. And you're just gonna change it. You're looking at a brand new Atlanta Falcons Nike. Alright, and it says take their first sentence, and I'm just going to throw it in my description somewhere. Or you take that out because that didn't make any sense. Bam, there we go. You see how I just copy and paste it, changed a couple words. That's all you have to do. Don't waste a lot of time on this, and then copy and paste those bullet points for people who don't read. And we'll make this at the bottom, all bullet points. I don't know if this is 100%. Let me take that 100% out. Take anything that could be misconstrued out as well. You want to do this quickly though. Quick time. I brought the graphics. I'll just kind of do it quick. Anyways, that's good enough, right? So now I know what you guys are saying. What's next? What's next? What do you do next? So then what you want to do, you want to go back to a description you want to go back to the action that's as close to yours as possible, right? Which for me, that would be the one where the shirt was white instead of black. It was the same shirt, but it was white instead of black. So actually, this one, right? Just gonna go to cell similar. Just click that little button right there. Just very simple, people. Do not make this overcomplicated. You should be able to do this. You should be able to do this fairly quickly. I apologize for the background noise you're about to hear. I gotta plug this battery up. And you're gonna create your listing. Now it says you don't have a picture. We're gonna change that. So as I said, delete that. Come back to our notepad. We're gonna keep that open. I'm gonna keep that open. And you're just gonna copy and paste from your notepad. This is very simple stuff. Do not overcomplicate this. Put use in the condition description. You always want to put something to entice them. So just, something to make them want to bid, something to make them want to click down. I'm not sure if it's a large, but we'll go with large. I'll check it in the morning. If it's in Excel, of course I have to change it. Hopefully it's not an Excel. Photos, remember we photoshopped the picture. We made it a little bit bigger, so you add edit photos. To be very simple. Upload. Now the description, you want to click on HTML. You want to copy and paste the entire thing. Well, actually, you could do it in standard since you're using Notepad. But usually, you would do HTML to strip off the formatting. But there's still formatting because you put it in Notepad first. Then just make the title. This is what I like to do. I just like to make the title center. Then I just like to make my font very big so people on tablets can read it. Pull some things, change some colors. Just make it, break up the monotony. Make it easy and quick to read. As I said, all this right here is going into all this right here goes into a bulleted list. If I can Put that into a bulleted list for people who don't read. Yeah, kind of make it make sense. That's good enough. As I say, I just do that for the keywords. Buy it now. Okay, buy it now. This is very simple to do. Go back to the completed listings. Very simple. Well, do not go to the complete listings. Actually, don't do that. Go to the listings that are available. Arrange them by price, lowest to highest. Go to the ones that are available, not the completed. As I see, there's one that's Reebok $12.99, but Nike $39.99. So I can charge. Alright, Falcons. Take that. Actually, I'm going to put in the word Nike. You want to find items that are more similar. And let me put in Atlanta because it's bringing up the Air Force Falcons. When you get the hang of this, if I wasn't on camera, this would already be done. But I'm trying to think and record at the same time. As you see, $38 free shipping. Really? That's what people are trying to charge? So I can charge up to $37.99 and probably sell this, right? But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to give them a deal. We'll put $29.99. Why we do that? Because the two makes it perceived to be a lot less in price, even though that's $30. When they look at this, they're going to be like, 20? Oh, the two, because all these are threes, Little things like that matter. So $29.99, buy it now. The reason you want to do buy it now, because you want them to buy it as quickly as possible. Should I do free shipping? It's actually going to cost me a little bit to ship that, so I'm not going to do free shipping. You know what? I'll do free shipping. It doesn't matter. It'll make it sell faster. And international shipping. I do not. Wait a minute. Not doing any additional shipping. Just domestically with the shipping center. No alternative international shipping. I actually don't have a problem with the shipping center, but do not deal directly with people in other countries. If they want to buy it, let them use the shipping center. So no additional shipping. Return policy, of course, no returns. Too many scamming. Too many scam artists out there who know how to hustle the return system. So don't even offer returns, because that just puts you in a whole thing with eBay about having to honor your return system. So if you don't have to do it, don't do it. And as you see, you simply list the item. That simple, people. It's not too complicated. If you have any questions about how to do anything, make sure you send the questions. Send a comment or a message, and we'll get right back to you. Other than that, have a good day. Peace.